that landmark decision from the Supreme Court.
For LGBTQ rights, bans discrimination by employers
based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
What will this ruling mean for employers and educators in Montgomery County? Watch LGBTQ+ Rights and Equity on Outlook Montgomery.
Now, why is this important in education? For one thing, school districts and colleges are pretty big employers, so they face the same workplace and employment issues that other organizations deal with on a regular basis. The other way these cases are potentially important for education is that many courts have analyzed Title VII, similar to Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972. And under Title IX, in recent years, we've seen a lot of questions about the rights of transgender students, whether they can use restrooms and locker rooms consistent with their gender identity, and whether they can participate in athletics on that same basis. Justice Alito's opinion discusses education quite a bit. On bathrooms and locker rooms, something that's come up in schools, Justice Alito says transgender students will be able to raise claims under Title IX that they should be able to use facilities consistent with their gender identity.
So Sharon, how has Montgomery College addressed LGBTQ+ concerns up till now, and what future plans does MC have to further make the campuses and workspaces more equitable and inclusive for the LGBTQ community?
We strongly believe at the college that there should be unisex facilities throughout all of our campuses. And I think that we're working on that. There's a facilities master plan in place that addresses making sure that students feel comfortable in gender neutral spaces. And in addition to that, in terms of future plans, if you look on our website, the Equity Inclusion Office, you will find the E&I roadmap, which is hot off the presses. It was released July 1st. And in it, calls for a LGBTQ plus self-study, and we're going to be looking across the college at the needs of not only our students but of our employees.
And that's an excellent thing, and I appreciate you bringing those things up because I think that they are important to continue to study, to assess and get feedback from the community, the LGBTQ community, as to what it is that they need. So in saying that, Khalif and Audra and Jordan, can you tell me about what your experiences have been on campus as part of the community?
We have students from all over the world here in one location to study, especially from countries that have LGBT as a death sentence or a jail sentence, or both. This campus, this college has been an amazing place to be myself. I've had not one problem with students. I'm very openly clear about being gay in my class. We talk about intersectionality, gender studies in our English classes. And it's opened the horizon for a lot of my international students about what LGBT really is, because they really didn't know. And Montgomery College has been an excellent place to experience that.
Coming up is a theater major in our theater community. We have a lot of students who are empowered in expressing their sexual orientation or gender identity, and so it's been very empowering as far as our community to express ourselves. However, in the same vein, it is a large camp. It is a relatively big campus, and there are instances that I've heard from my friends about, passive aggressive emails when it comes to clarifying pronouns, for example, as well as issues with bathroom stalls being identified towards a particular gender rather than being gender neutral. So there's a lot of work, not just as far as law is concerned, but also as far as like community integration and getting everybody on the same page, that I hope can be implemented.
Yeah, I think that Jordan brings up a really good point. I mean, Jordan and I are from the same MC theater community, so we are surrounded by a lot of the same people with the same experiences. And while I love Montgomery College, it's one of the most diverse, inclusive community and colleges just in the United States, much less the world. There are certain things beyond legislation and law that are not as implemented, even in theater, which is an incredibly inclusive, diverse community. Yeah, microaggressions are something that Jordan and I have seen almost every day, towards ourselves, especially towards our trans friends, in terms of pronouns, in terms of representation, in terms of respect. And obviously, as a cis woman, I cannot speak on that. I cannot even begin to describe their experiences. So I think at Montgomery College and with the Supreme Court ruling, the next step is to implement it into the communities, into the minds of the people as a whole, that this is something that just because a law is protecting it does not mean it will not happen. And it doesn't mean that the world has changed and everything is okay again.
I appreciate all your comments.
Thanks for having me.
For having us again, Joe.
Thank you.
And if you want more information about Montgomery College's Office of Equity and Inclusion, please visit montgomerycollege.edu/equity-and-inclusion. And if you want to learn more about MC's LGBTQ+ and allies group, visit montgomerycollege.edu/life-at-mc/mc-pride.